Regulatory affairs is not one single career path. Within RA, there are three major domains: pharmaceuticals, biologics, and medical devices, and each follows a different regulatory framework, documentation style, and approval pathway. Understanding these differences is essential if you want to build a career in regulatory affairs. Let's start with pharmaceutical regulatory affairs. Pharmaceutical drugs are small molecule chemicals produced through controlled chemical synthesis. They have well-defined structures which makes them easier to analyze and standardize. Because of this, regulators focus heavily on quality and purity, stability, data, bioequivalence, pharmacokinetics. The approval pathway is structured and linear. Preclinical studies, IND submission phase 1, 2 and 3 clinical trials, NDA for new drugs or ANDA for generics. The core documentation format is the Common Technical Document (CTD), which includes quality, non-clinical and clinical modules. For generic drugs, the focus is mainly on bioequivalence studies instead of full clinical trials. Pharma RA professionals typically work on CMC documentation, stability studies, labeling and artwork compliance, post-approval variations, life cycle management. It is highly document driven and chemistry focused. Now let's move to biologics regulatory affairs. Biologics are very different from small molecules. They include monoclonal antibodies, vaccines, recombinant proteins, and cell and gene therapies. These products are produced in living cells, which makes them large, complex, and variable. You cannot fully characterize a biologic using only analytical methods. This leads to a key regulatory principle: the process defines the product. Regulators evaluate not only the final product but also the entire manufacturing process. Key focus areas include cell line development, upstream and downstream processing, glycosylation patterns, viral safety, immunogenicity. The submission pathway is the Biologics License Application (BLA). For biosimilars, the regulatory approach requires comparability studies including analytical similarity and clinical bridging. Even small manufacturing changes such as a change in bioreactor scale may require new data to prove product comparability. This makes biologics RA highly process driven and closely linked with manufacturing and quality teams. Now let's look at medical device regulatory affairs. Medical devices follow a completely different regulatory logic. They are not evaluated through pharmacology but through risk classification and performance. Devices are categorized as Class 1, low risk, Class 2, moderate risk, Class 3, high risk. The higher the risk, the stricter the regulatory requirements. In the United States, many Class 2 devices go through the 510K pathway, which is based on substantial equivalence. High-risk Class 3 devices require pre-market approval, PMA, which may include clinical data. Unlike drugs, many devices are approved through bench testing, biocompatibility testing, electrical safety testing, software validation, human factor studies. Documentation is also different. Medical device RA focuses on design history file, DHF device master record, DMR risk management file, ISO 14971 clinical evaluation report, CER post-market surveillance. Standards compliance such as ISO 13485 is a major part of device regulation. Another key difference is post-market control. Devices require vigilance reporting, field safety corrective actions, and unique device identification (UDI). So if we compare the three domains, pharmaceutical RA is chemistry and clinical data driven. Biologics RA is process and comparability driven. Medical device RA is risk classification and performance driven. The submission pathways are different. Pharma, NDA or ANDA biologics, BLA or biosimilar pathway devices, 510K, CE marking or PMA. The documentation philosophy also changes. Pharma uses CTD modules. Biologics use CTD with deeper process validation. Devices use design controls and risk management files. Your educational background can guide your choice. Pharmacy and chemistry graduates often align with Pharma RA. Biotechnology and life sciences fit well with Biologics RA. Biomedical engineering and life sciences are strong for medical device RA. However, with proper training, moving between domains is possible. One more important difference is change control sensitivity. In pharmaceuticals, many post-approval changes can be managed through variations. In biologics, even minor process changes may require comparability studies. In devices, any design change must go through formal design control and risk assessment. So the regulatory mindset shifts across domains. Chemistry in pharma, biology in biologics, engineering in devices. All three domains are growing and offer strong career opportunities.